Go on, everybody. Lennox here from Simple 123 Trader. It is the 24th day of March, 2025. We are live at the New York Stock Market afternoon session. Glad you can join us. Hope everybody is doing well out there. I'm looking at any news for today, and let's go to the 24th today, and we had some red news. Oh, interesting. We had some red news today on the U.S. Flash manufacturing PMI. I don't know if that had any effect. 9:45 a.m. this morning. And Flash services PMI. Interesting. And then today we have FOMC speaking, but that seems not to be red news. And then Mr. Trump will be speaking somewhere along the line today. But then doesn't he speak every day? Oh. All right, looking at, let's see, where is okay. These guys switch this thing around on me all the time. Every time I restart my machine, they switch this around. Okay, I've got Euro USD at the top and the US dollar at the bottom. There we go. And I'll put it on the hourly time frame. Line them up. They are lined up. So we have a very strong US dollar currently. Very strong US dollar. So again, okay, that's odd. Okay, what happened here? I'm losing my mind here. I could have sworn I had set the settings on this for white. We do that and take executions off. Okay, and hide the SMA. So I was on the wrong chart the whole time. All right. So since we have a strong US dollar, let's see. All right, seeing that we have a strong US dollar, I'm going to go to the hourly time frame. We have a strong NAS right now with strong indices. Strong weak Aussie, sorry, because we have a strong US dollar, we'd have a weak Aussie. We would have a strong Bitcoin. We would have strong Ethereum, of course. Euro USD would be weak. It is. GBP USD would be weak. It is. New Zealand US dollar would be very weak. It is. USD CAD would be strong. USD Swiss would be strong. USD JPY will be strong. Go. Oil weak? No, oil is very strong. Interesting. Okay. Gold, silver and gold should be weak, and they are. So there we go. But oil is bucking the trend. Interesting. There we go. All right. I don't think Armin's with us here this morning, but our qubit is flying along nicely here, doing quite nice. We've got a beautiful 1, 2, 3 bottom there. Let me change that color to blue. Got a beauty 1, 2, 3 bottom here. And we're on our way to the upside very nicely. Okay. I see that all the like the Bitcoin stocks are flying high today. ARCB and so on. BITO also. MicroStrategy would be flying high very nicely. NVIDIA is trying to push back. Microsoft's doing pretty good. Meta is doing really well. So we got some, the market's really jumping today. Google doing quite well. What else have we got here? Amazon. Everybody's jumping today. Apple. So, yeah, very good. Tesla, Miss Tesla. Tesla doing superb today. So, Peter, if you got any little piece of that, from 257 to 273, wow, that's 16 points there. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
50. So if you just get even half of that, quarter of that, you're doing okay.
Yeah.
Very nice. But I have a cautionary tale here, though. However, it looks like we could be in a very large fourth wave. So we have to be a little bit careful. A good morning and afternoon, or good day to everyone out there on YouTube. Thanks for dropping in. Give us a like if you like what we're doing, and do subscribe to our channel. We would appreciate that. Okay, so I'll show on the NASDAQ. This is a daily chart of the NASDAQ 100, and we've had quite the downward spiral, and now we've come to this low, and we chopped around and have moved up nicely today. However, I say however, because we did that before. We came through this, and now they're doing it this way. So my expectation is that we're going to get another move down similar. I think that's in the cards. So it's looking pretty good right now to the upside, but we have to be a little bit cautious. Now, the only question is how far up do we go? And right now, the closest hanging fruit are these order blocks right here. So that would be a first possible turnaround point. I'll just move up. All right, so I'm going to mark this one. I'll bring this one over a little bit. So that'll be my next. Oops. If I can get this fine there, and that one. Bring that one over as well. Okay, so those are the closest hanging fruit to a possible turnaround here. This one also is very close to that. All right, so if we can pinpoint our structure in this current leg, it might help us. So I'm going to drop down to the hourly. Okay, I can see my 1, 2, 3 bottom, and another 1, 2, 3 bottom, 3, 4. So we are in the fifth and final leg here. It looks like we have a 1, 2 there. So 3, 4, one more push to take us up, and that could spell the end. We're coming back down in a hurry, more than likely. So something is going to be the catalyst to bring us back down. We're at the 24th day of March. So we know that the 2nd is a big day, April 2nd, because Trump is, but that's next Wednesday. So it's a week, and it's 8 days of trading before next Wednesday. So there might be some big news this week that's going to bring us down. So it should be interesting to see how that plays out. Oh, I see George is with us. Good afternoon, George.
Good afternoon, everyone. I mean, good morning, everyone.
Yes, it's all us morning people out here on the West Coast. Yeah. All right, so looking for another, let's go down. I'm going to go down to the 30-minute. I'm going to continue going down here. So I've got, again, a nice, beautiful 1, 2, 3 bottom, another 1, 2, 3 up to that level. I had some, I was playing, let me just make this big. I was playing with Bitcoin, and I think I played NASDAQ as well. Did I? Yeah, I did play NASDAQ a few times, yeah, yesterday. And I had one loss here. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 trades, and I had a loss there. I think I had another loss earlier somewhere along there. It is. So I was doing quite well. I had 2 losses overall in about 20 trades or so, 21 trades or something like that. Using trading Bitcoin primarily, and then jumping into NASDAQ. So it was quite, and I had some really nice wins. I think I had a $5,000 win at one point. Yeah, there's $5,600 on one trade on Bitcoin. But yeah, so I was doing quite nicely there. Now that can I continue that today? Would be the question here. So just trying to see the structure, the overall structure. So this is what. So last night, so I've got this gap here, this big gap, and this gap is the Friday's close and Sunday's open. So I'm marking that so that I have a reference to it later on. You can see I have all these gaps and so forth that I marked off because as I was trading, I was looking for certain things and so forth. So I have all these things marked. And I'm just going to clean the chart up a little bit here. I'm still super disappointed in last Friday's ending to the day on the 1 minute time frame. But that's the way it goes, right? So clean this up here. I've got so I was basically in line in bed doing this because my back has been an issue. Okay, so 5 minute time frame. So we can see we've had quite the run so far to the upside. 5 minute time frame. We're starting to chop a little bit here now in the 5 minute time frame. So I'm looking for another push to the upside here, but very choppy right now. So we're at the 1:15 time. So we're in a macro. Well, no, the macro just completed. Macro just completed. So there was a macro at 10 o'clock, 1 o'clock, I should say, 1 o'clock Eastern. 1 o'clock right there. All right, so I was listening to one of Michael Huddleston's videos over the weekend there, and he passed on a few tidbits that were quite interesting. So the 10 o'clock, I keep saying 10 o'clock. I'm sorry, I'm on the West Coast, and I'm always thinking West Coast time. So at 1 o'clock Eastern time, I use Eastern time. We have him at 10 minutes to each hour. Let's make me start again. At 10 minutes to each hour, and 10 minutes after the hour, So for a space of 20 minutes, for a 20-minute time period, there is a macro. This happens on every hour. So for 20 minutes, 10 minutes prior to the hour, and 10 minutes after the hour, we have a macro that runs. So if I'm on the 1 minute time frame, so if I look at 1 o'clock today, here's 1 o'clock. And so 10 minutes prior to that, at 12:50, right around here, the macro is running. The macro then finishes at 10 minutes after the hour, so right around there. So here is a good example of it. We have a 1, 2, 3 top. We dropped down, chopped around, and then dropped. So that's the macro. Actually, you can pick up the macro and catch a move in that. So again, at 10 minutes to 2 o'clock, we'll have a macro and until 10 minutes after, and so forth. All right, so we watch for that each hour. So this is a little tidbit. And there's always a 1, 2, 3 at every turn. Every time, so we're looking for a 1, 2, 3 setup, and what we're doing at S1, 2, 3, we're looking for a 1, 2, 3 setup. So, for example, there's a 1, 2, 3. So that's the pattern that we're looking for. I'm going to just bring it over and make it a little bigger so everybody can see what I'm talking about here. Okay, so there it is. So this is the pattern that we try to find and enter if at all possible. We're looking for this 1, 2, 3 like that, and then catching a move back to previous high. Not a good drawing, previous high, or even higher. So if you could catch this 1, 2, 3 like that, this is what we're looking for. That's bonus. So there are little nuances to it, of course. So for us, just the basics of it, we want to see a low being put in, and then a move up, and a move back in, and then a move out. So that's the basics of it. The move back down, we want to see price come back about midpoint 50, and I'm always looking for about midpoint to 60%, 50 to 62%, 62%. My mouse is stuck. 50 to 62% retrace is the ideal. In this case, this one went down almost 90% here. So 50 to 62% is the most probable, because it's all probabilities, the most probable retrace, and the one that we would look for primarily. So even if you went in at 50, say 50%, or thereabouts, you can still put your stop below the number 1 point, and you would still be alive in this trade, and you would make it back up to your previous high. Or if I put fibs on, I would look for 1.618 as a possible target. So there is the 1.618 right there. So that's a good target right there. And there's also 1.414 and 1.272. So this move, if we can get in, we can ride it up to any of these target areas here. You can also use the previous high as a gauge. That gives you a little bit more. That's 200%, and you would have been okay on that move as well. So that's basically what we try to do. You could even target 100%, right? So the previous high of the 1, 2, 3. You can get in down here and get out right here as well. So it's all up to you, all up to the person. All right. So The other things that make this really work, and using ICT concepts, and all, I have to give all the accolades to Michael Huddleston from ICT, because he opened my eyes to some of these little things. We want to see a sweep of a previous low before we get the low that starts our number 1 point. This is our number 2 point. This is our number 3 point. So we want to see a sweep, and this is a sweep right there. So that would be a nice check mark there. Then we want to see this move to the upside, and then we want to see a sweep of a previous high on this side. So there is another sweep right there. That's perfect. We want to see a retrace back into 50 to 62%, again, right in this area. And that's another bonus. Okay, and so that gives us, 3 or so check marks. We also, if there is a gap in this leg here or in the previous range, then you can use that. If it's a gap from this range, from this side, then it would become a inverted gap. If it's a gap this way, it's a normal gap. So in this case, let me just clear everything off. There are no gaps in here, interestingly. No gaps. So there are no gaps within this range and no gaps within this range. Interesting. So there's no gap on that one, but if there was a gap, that would be a check mark. And then you can also use an order block. An order block would be the last down candle before the last down red candle that before the up candle at the bottom. So which would be this candle right here. So you could always use that. That's a bit high up, however, on this one, but so I prefer the gaps, but in this case there are no gaps. So those are the criteria. We want to just see a sweep of the low, check mark, a sweep of the high, check mark, a retrace back into 50 to 62% check mark, a gap if there is one, another check mark, and well, so that's your entry. Your stop would be below the low, and you catch the move. So that's what I did most of the time yesterday. That's all I was looking for. I just showed all these trades that I made from yesterday, where I had, I think, 2 losses in about 20 some odd trades. I hit a loss there. So yeah. So just by looking primarily for that particular setup. Now I do cheat, and when I say I cheat, I'm cheating in the sense that it is a 1, 2, 3, but you don't know that it's a 1, 2, 3. You can't see it as a 1, 2, 3. So there's a 1, 2, 3 right here as well, but it's on a smaller time frame. It's on a lower time frame, but there is a 1, 2, 3 there in actuality. So I will use a fractal at certain points. Fractal here. A fractal means we have a low, and then we have 2 higher lows beside. And when price breaks above that, the low, that constitutes a buy, because it is in essence it's the same pattern as this one. It's just that you can't see it unless you go down to seconds chart. You can see that. So I will jump in and take advantage of that move to catch a move like that. And I would do that because at this point we have a 1, 2, 3. We get this move into this area. So that's what I'm looking for, to get out of this area to continue up one more time. All right, so that's what I constitute as cheating, but it's the same stuff. Okay, so that is it. So now that's what we're looking for at the current time. We're looking for a 1, 2, 3 set up here. So which way are we? Which way are we going? Is the question. So we've pulled back. I'm going to start again on the daily time frame because I want to make sure that everybody understands what I'm looking at. So on the daily time frame, we have had a low put in. We have a 1, 2, 3 here. We have another 1, 2, 3 here. We have another 1, 2, 3, and we're pushing to the upside. However, this pattern 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Is correct. 1, 2, 1, 2, and then this move up is more likely not one that's going to continue pushing us up to the upside, but rather one that's going to turn and take us back down to take out all these lows. So I'm kind of seeing this setting up as a fake move to induce everybody to go long, and then they're going to bring it back down one more time. So something is going to bring the markets back down, but I don't know what that might be. Could be something that's going to be said by Mr. Trump on the 2nd, perhaps, or maybe even before then. So we'll see. That's the daily. So the 4 hour. So our daily candle right now looks good. Our middle candle on I've got 3 4-hour candles. In this case, there are 3 daily candles right now. 3 daily candles right here. And the middle candle shows that we opened, we went down, we took out the previous low. So that's that's really good. So that is like what I just went over. This is a sweep. Now we have this push up, and we're in this move to the upside. So the current candle gapped up even, opened up high and pushed up quite strongly, and has taken out even previous daily highs to the left. So we do have an order block right here that we're coming into, and we're right there. There's a series of order blocks right here. So it's possible we could push even up to that level, but I think that might be it. And then we'll start coming back down, I think. All right, so on the 4-hour time frame, the pattern becomes very prominent. So we had this big drop, and then we start chopping up and down, and we're pushing to the upside here. So if I'm totally wrong, then we never come back and take these guys out, of course, and we'll just continue pushing to the upside. So that's the other scenario. The only other possible scenario is we just continue gyrating, in this kind of thing for a long time, or we, my first thought is that we're going to come back down. So either we continue going up, or we come back down, or we stay sideways. So we know that that's not going to happen, staying sideways for much longer. So we're either going to be going up or we're going to be coming down. I really think that we're going to come back down. Again, I could be wrong though. So on the hourly here is what I'm seeing. We have our 1, 2, 3 here. There's our sweep of that. And so that would have been a nice 1, 2, 3 on the hourly to jump in. There's the retrace back in. Then we could catch that move, go through a little 4th wave area here, and now we're pushing one more time in a 5th wave. So at this point, I have another 1, 2, 3, and it looks like we're in a 4th wave area. We're looking for another push. Okay. So I'm going to go back to the 4-hour here for a second, and just to see. Yeah, on the 4-hour, if we have any gaps, there is a gap here, but it's already been partially mitigated. So if it's very thin because it's been partially mitigated. So it's right on that same line here. So basically dead center to that high. So that would be the first resistance area. There's another gap up here, and that one is partially mitigated as well. So I'm not really liking that one for us to reach, but it is possible, of course. Anything's possible in this market. So I'll mark it off, but this first one here might be enough. And there are equal highs right here as well, so we could take those out and then have a turnaround. So on the hourly, again, we're looking for 1, 2, 3 bottom on the 30-minute. We're looking for 1, 2, 3 bottom on the 15-minute. So you can't play on that on the 15-minute or the 30-minute or the hourly. That you can't play a 1, 2, 3 bottom at this point, because the 1, 2, 3 bottom, for instance, on the hourly was here. So now you would have been out of your trade, as it would, taking your profits at this point and so forth. So it's not possible to play a 1, 2, 3 bottom anymore on the hourly. You have to go down to a lower time frame to catch a 1, 2, 3 bottom. So 30-minute, 15-minute, 5-minute. So you still can't. Even now on the 5-minute, you can look for a 1, 2, 3 bottom, but the best is on the 1-minute at this point. So on the 1-minute, there was our sweep. There was a 1, 2, 3 bottom here, and we're on our way already. And we are at 1:30. So there's a 1:30 time. All right. So this is a good time to be looking for that setup. And we just missed one. Let's see how Tesla looks right at this moment in time. Tesla also formed a beautiful 1, 2, 3 there, and is on its way as well.
That's on what time frame?
It's on the 1-minute.
Okay.
S&P, interestingly, gave us a beautiful one where we had the sweep. The NASDAQ did not sweep, but it did, but it's higher, actually. So it did sweep, but it's higher. So the S&P is giving us a little bit different look. So we get the sweep, get that 1, 2, 3. So that would have been a nice entry on the S&P. We're just having a change of character here. There was a quick one right there. Get the retrace, and then we're off. Let me go back to the NAS. So on the NAS, there is the sweep. Change of character is high. There's a small change of character right there. Move up, retrace. There's a gap there. Although the gap was not in play. That would have been an inverted gap, but it wasn't in play at that point because we didn't touch it. Very close to touching it. Make this bigger. Make this bigger so everybody can see what I'm doing here. So there's a sweep. That's what I was talking about earlier. So this whole thing really is a 1, 2, 3. A breach here. We get a retrace here. So there is a gap right there. However, price does not touch it, that gap. And that's an inverted gap because it's on this leg. The gap that we're looking for should be on this leg, but there is no gap on that leg. No gap on this leg at all. We finally get a gap at this point. So now I'd be looking for a gap after 130. So here we are at 130 on this candle. Got our low end. So I'm looking for a gap. We do have a gap here, and they're coming back into it. So this was prior to 130, we get this gap. And we touch it. Interesting. Almost touched it. Very close. So this is a play that could profits to that high. I don't think we have any other highs to look. Yes, we do. Actually, there's one higher. So that would be the target at this point because that's the highest high we've had so far. So that would be a likely very good target actually. So we came very close here to for an entry. So we know we were looking for 1, 2, 3 to go long. So if we can get another pullback here, which we might not now because that might have been it right there. So that would constitute a 1, 2, and then another 1, 2. So this is our 130 candle right here. We do have a gap there as well at that point. So we did come into a gap. So there's a small gap there and there's a bigger gap right there. We come into that gap twice. So can we come back again? Maybe, maybe not here. I should have taken advantage of that move, of that drop for an entry to go up. And see how it looks on the S&P. So S&P has really taken advantage of that gap as well. So there's a gap here, and we dropped into it perfectly, and now we're leaving. The sweep, the 1, 2, 3, another move, retrace, and now we're heading out again. So it doesn't look likely that we're going to be coming back into that gap again. Let's see how Tesla again looks at the same point. So Tesla's almost identical. There is a gap there, and we did come into it right there, and touching it there, very close to touching it a third time. So that might be it as well for Tesla. We got a nice 1, 2, 3 bottom, and we could be done here. I want to take a look at Bitcoin. So interestingly, on Bitcoin, you can see Bitcoin's gone already. It's on its way. If I go to the daily on Bitcoin, it too is in a similar movement like the indices. So we're getting this very strong move up, but we're inside this channel. So we've had this huge drop from here, and it looks like perhaps we could come back and touch this. It's an inverted gap from way over here, but we could touch it and get a drop back down again, and we could see Bitcoin going below or very close to 75,000 in a not too distant future here. That's a possibility. Again, if I'm wrong, then we're just going to be shooting straight up and taking out all these highs. But it looks like something is going to bring this market back down. I'm not sure what it's going to be again. But so on the 4-hour, if I look at that move, you can see similar to the NAS, we had this chop. Now we're moving out. And so I've got a 1, 2 here. So I'm looking for a move, something like that, and then a big drop to erase all the buyers. So I've got a 1, 2, 3 right here. And I will be looking for a 3, 4 type move here, and then one more move to the upside, similar to what the NAS is doing. So on the hourly, Here's my 1, 2, 3 bottom. You can see yesterday I was playing in here and I was marking it all up. And last night I was playing in here, marking it all up. So those are all my trades that I was taking at these levels, catching the moves on this strong move to the upside. It was just a continuous upward move. So there were opportunities all along to jump in on any pullbacks and so forth. And you can see we're chopping it sideways right now, A, B, C, D. So very, very choppy affair. So at this point, we have a 1, 2, 3 bottom all the way up. So it looks like we're doing A. You could do that one more time and then one more, perhaps something like that. It's either that or we've already done it that way, that way, that way, and then this is the leg to take us up. We come halfway and then go. So there's a couple scenarios there. We don't want to confuse everybody, but so at this point on the 1 minute time frame, we had a lovely one ABC, another 1, 2, 3. So this would be a good entry there if you catch that move. Good entry here as well. All right. So back to the NAS. All right, so we are getting a pullback. So in 8 minutes, we come to a macro. We're going to be hitting a macro time at 10 minutes too. So we're still looking for a 1, 2, 3 bottom here. So it looks like they're going to take out this low here. So that will put us back into the lower gap. There we go. So they sweep that low. So that looks like a reasonable buy now because I'm right in the sweet spot area. So I'm going to take that opportunity for a buy here. I'm going to put my stop below this low here. Now, technically, my stop should be below this low, but it's too far. So I don't want to put my stop down here. So I have a gap. This current candle, the gap. This candle, the gap. That makes the gap. So technically your stop is supposed to be below this low, but I'm using the middle candle because of the distance from entry is just a bit too big for my liking. So I use the middle one, which gives me a smaller. I don't have to do that really. I could put it at the low here, but just want to see if that will work. If it doesn't work, that's fine. It's not a big loss. So that's hence the reason for it. They could still drop it down one more time and take me out, of course, easily. But since they have swept this guy here, I would think that they wouldn't need to come all the way down here and take me out anymore. So should get this push back up. So now we're looking for a sweep of this high and then a retrace and a continuation. S&P. Tesla. Tesla's starting to move out. There's a gap over here. This is just a regular gap. This is just a gap between two candles. Interesting. So it could be used as a support once we get above. So we might just wick into this and continue up because there is just a regular gap here. So let's see if that occurs. We just get body closure above. Body closure right in it. Let's see if we continue pushing up now. Nope. Need this to be a wick. Tail. So it is struggling to get out. So they might be looking to take this low out one more time. Interesting. We've swept here, and it looks like they might want to take this low out again. So my stop could be in jeopardy. But I hope they do not take this low out again because they've already swept here. So should not be necessary for them to do that. Okay, it's turning into a tail, so maybe we'll stay inside that gap. No, almost. Very close. So this gap is really holding. Although technically it's the lower gap that's holding because this gap was mitigated here. We did close below it. So really this gap is not in play anymore. So it is the lower gap that's causing us to stay up. Tesla is also struggling a little bit. NAS is struggling a little bit to get out. Or S&P, I should say. All right, we're into macro time, 10 minutes to the hour, right on that candle. So let's see if the macro will push us out. So the macro is seeking liquidity. We have liquidity above. So my TP would be to the high. So it's 3,000. Need a breach of this high. Could bring my stop up a little tighter. It's quite a retrace. I could be in trouble here by moving my stop up. Didn't think we'd be coming back down that at all, if that much anyways. So they come back into this gap again. Interesting.
They've been doing this stuff all morning.
Yeah, that's quite a retrace there. A little surprised that they've come back that much. I thought maybe this gap would really hold us up. I could be in jeopardy by moving my stop up. So we'll see here. Could have taken some profits off at that point. I thought maybe we'd get one more push through and then I would take some off, but we didn't. I will not hesitate next time to take some off. It's not such a bad idea to take some profits off when you get a chance. Because now I'm in jeopardy. They can take me out easily now with just a wick here or a tail. We have relatively equal lows. So it's nothing for them to drop through and take you out and continue without you. I thought of moving my stop into positive. I would have been out if I had done that. Now I lose because I didn't move my stop into positive. I didn't take a partial at that point either. So it looks like we're just sideways gyration here. You can see on the S&P. I was noticing that on the S&P that we were just doing this. So again, they're doing their typical A, B, C, D, E. So they sweep. So essentially, if we go back to the NAS, They've done an A, B, C, D, E here as well. Sweep these guys. So I'm jumping back in because I'm expecting us to continue going. So it's another sweep of the low. And I'm going to jump in on a fractal to continue. So where's my stop going to be now? Now, again, I'm going to put it back to where I started in the first place. If I had left it there, I would have been okay in this trade. So I'll leave it right there this time, below that middle candle. So was not really expecting them to do that. I thought maybe we were done here, but they were not done. So they sweep this low. So looking for them again to go back up. So they did not sweep this guy. They swept that one. So we have liquidity here. We have liquidity here. And we have liquidity here. Yeah, that's it. So let's see if we continue pushing up. We have liquidity here. And hopefully they don't come back down here. It was looking pretty good there, a nice fractal, but they've come back to sweep the low again. So I could be in jeopardy again, even at this point with my stop. Wow. Remember I said technically my stop should be here, it's just that that's too far away. So they've swept the low one more time. Interesting. Is that enough? Looks like I'm going to be dead here. So I've got 100,000 to make before the end of the month here to make the 2 million in my account. So not bad, 100 grand to go. Should be able to do that before the end of the month, I hope. So Tesla, they came back and touched the gap again. So that's once, twice.
I got one lot off at that point. I can move my stop to break even. Those targets aren't very high, are they?
Targets?
Yeah, I mean.
It's a good ways.
Oh, you're looking for that top one.
Yes. That high there.
That might not be in the cards. Be nice if it was.
Okay, we're into the algo now at 2 o'clock. So we're looking for a big push up now in the algo. And we've got our first gap. So algo starts at 2 o'clock, which is previous candle. We do have a large gap here.
Coming down, I'm wondering if it's going to take me out.
Wow.
Took me out.
Wow. Interesting moves here. They're playing hardball. So, like I say, technically my stop should be here. So would that have been safe there? Let's see. Let's mark that low and see if I would have been safe there with a stop. So I'm not liking this. Two takeouts. So they're sweeping again. Very interesting that they swept again. So they sweep and then sweep again.
Good day, gentlemen. On the
Keith.
S&P, it looks like on the 15-minute, looks like a 1, 2, 3 to the downside. Should we be taking that into consideration?
Looks like a 1, 2, 3 to the downside. On what time frame?
The 15-minute.
They're really dropping it on the S&P here. Wow. Okay, so
Wow.
reason I wasn't looking at it in that way is because we've had a 1, 2, 3 here. I'm on the 30-minute 1, 2, 3 here, moved up. We've got a 1, 2, 3 here. So I'm looking at this as a fourth wave. We still have one more push to take out this high to go. So I know what you're saying, but look at the NAS, same kind of thing. Let me just put that back on. Same type of pattern. So I'm looking for one more push to the upside, not a drop at this point.
Yeah, I didn't look at it like that just until now because on the daily, it's so it has that strong momentum, and even on the weekly, it looks like if we do the fib, it looks like it hasn't pulled into the 50% yet. So I was looking for it to go up as well.
Yes, I would think that we're going to be heading to the upside. They're just weeding out all the buyers right now. So if I go back to the hourly again, looking at it as from this level here, from this, you have a 1, 2 here. So we are in a fourth wave, and they're weeding everybody out before they make that final move to the upside is what I'm looking at. So could I be wrong? Of course, but don't have anything here to go with. No gaps or anything like that. So there is technically on the 15-minute a big gap right here, but that seems a long way down for them to come. So I wouldn't really put that into play. On the 5-minute, I have a order blocks here, and we're touching that. They've swept this low here now. So are they done at this point? So you can see we're inside a very large fourth wave here. Again, so just trying to get out of it. So they swept this low on the NAS. Let's see what it looks like on the S&P. They swept that low as well. Wow. So they really dropped it down on the S&P considerably. So what do we have on the S&P on this side? Nothing. That's been mitigated. There's a big gap way down here. So again, do they come all the way down here? It's possible, but I don't really see them doing that. And it's just the order block at this point here.
Tesla's pushing out now.
Let's see what Tesla is doing. Yeah, Tesla is doing what I'm expecting. Like on Friday, Tesla was doing this kind of move, and then these guys were lagging. Interesting. So, yeah, Tesla was pointing the way on Friday, and we didn't pay attention to Tesla. Let me get rid of all these guys here. So because we've swept this low, I like it. Let's see, S&P, did we sweep anything? We swept way up here. So we're looking for just a little bit of a retrace here for another entry. I'm gonna.
This should be the leg E, right?
Yeah, it was a bit tricky. I was doing it like this, A, B, C, D, E, but maybe this was 3 here instead, and then this is A, B, C, D, and the E leg here. So I might have counted incorrectly up at the top, thinking that that was the E, and then we'd get our 1, 2, 3 to go. And just by doing that, I just missed my entry right there, right to dead center. That was perfect.
Well, I'm back in it, and I got my first lot out, and I'm at break even on the trade, current trade, but it looks iffy to me.
Okay, we're in macro time.
Huh?
We are in algo time now. We're in both an algo and a macro at the moment.
If the algo works.
I just missed my entry here. So we see if we get another drop back in. A little bit more down. Oops. Not coming down any further, it looks like. Okay, I'll have to take it here. Of course, now they do come down further. All right, so I need my
Not much further, it'll take me out again. But at least I'll be positive. I'm out.
okay.
Did you get
Right,
back
I'm
in?
Let's see if I can stay in this time. It did come down quite a bit here.
I got in again, but question whether it'll survive.
Add to my position here.
This movement that we're getting is not typical of any algo at this point.
Not yet. We do have a nice 1, 2, 3 setting up if we need that nice push out. Let's see how Tesla is doing. Tesla says nope. I'm just faking everybody out. So that was a quick fake out on Tesla. Took everybody out, both sides now. So now they should go. So that's a very sneaky ploy on their part. where they take both ends, take out all the sellers first, and they take out all the buyers. And now that they have no one left, they should just go now. This is a tricky area right now because we do have a 1, 2, 3, so it is possible for them to come and take this low out one more time. So we could see them dropping down, take out that low. Yeah, they've been very coy here.
Yeah, they sure have.
They're sitting right in this gap, not leaving. So it is a possibility, like I say, that we could come down one more time and take out this low, which is something I don't really want to see. So our 2 o'clock algo has not kicked in any way here yet.
No, it has not. That's for sure. Matter of fact, it's having a problem.
Yeah, they're really having a hard time getting out.
Very hard time getting out of here. Each time I've gotten a trade in, it seems to be more difficult getting out of it. Let's see, maybe it'll do it now.
Tesla's trying to go out of there now.
I got my first lot out, so I'm ahead of the game. I haven't moved back to break even yet because I'm just too darn close.
Well, it's a struggle getting out. So that kind of a struggle says a lot because my stop would be here. So it looks like that's going to be totally in play for them to take that stop out at that point. I don't want to put my stop way down here because if they are coming down, then that's way too much risk. So I'll keep my stop right here.
I'm trying to get my stop to break even, but with these dojis, you really can't do it.
Need them to take out this high to really feel good about this move here.
Yeah. In fact, that's where my high is.
Playing games here.
I don't like this.
So this low is in jeopardy. See, they've taken me out again. So yeah, it's a tough situation here. So yeah.
It's going to take me out now.
Very interesting. So it looks like they're going down to take out the low again. Let's see what Tesla is doing at this point. Tesla's hanging in there, but barely hanging in there. So Tesla looks like, okay, so we still have a high up there. 2, 3, 4, 5. So it looks like they've completed that move, and we've got a break of structure this way. So we could be heading down at this point. That's amazing. That was quick. And you see, this is a quick move here. They did this very quickly up, taking that out. Now they drop it back, take this guy out, move back in. We could certainly be coming down at this point. Interesting. So that was very quick.
I'm moving my limit down to see if they'll just take me out of my limit.
So on S&P, they're looking like they want to take out the low.
I'll give you another shot.
And the NAS.
Come on, you can do it.
Possibility for them to take out this low here.
One more. Come on. Boy, is this a struggle. I'm gonna pull it down.
Yeah, well, this is not typical of a 1, 2, 3 bottom in any stretch because we should have been out of here already. I think we probably had 7 candles already. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're on the 5th candle now. So would my stop have been safe here? Maybe, maybe not. We'll see.
I don't like that one. Okay.
Should have a sweep.
It took my limit out that I had moved down into nice positive territory anyway, so.
We have a 1, 2, 3 bottom on the 1 minute Tesla.
Yeah, it's looking like we should go, you know. Like I don't really see them taking this low out. It's just they're doing some accumulation in here.
I don't like the way it's playing.
Tesla's moving back. Let me go up to the 5 minute on Tesla. So yeah, Tesla's still looking at that we should continue pushing to the upside. Rightfully so. S&P trying.
Well, this is the first time it got a good move out of it, but that's because I got out of the trade.
Well, they were waiting for you to get out, George.
Yep.
So yeah, it's a stop placement in here that's suspect. You know, that's why they're moving out now. They've taken everybody out under here, but because we've swept that low, this should be safe here, really. So I am going to try again. So we've got another gap here.
Oh, they took you out too?
Oh yeah, they took me out on that wick tail. So
well, this is the first time they really got a nice positive move up. And that's what took me out, but at least I got a few handles each time I made a move. So I've had 3 shots and I ended up slightly higher each time, but it's not the kind of move that I like to see. This is not.
Okay. I get another chance at it.
Is not indicative of a good trade.
Get another stab at it here. So I'm taking another shot at getting out of here. Came right down back into the middle of the gap. So looking for us to leave.
We do have a 1, 2, 3 at this point.
Yes, we do have a 1, 2, 3. We have a large 1, 2, 3 here. They sweep this low. They sweep this high. Come back in. So this is looking good for us to go.
I just missed it putting me back in. Let's see if it tries again. Looks like I'll miss it. No, maybe it'll come in. No, it took me back in. I'm going in on limit orders at this point. So. You would think that one of these moves should take you up.
Well, Tesla is certainly trying hard.
Okay, I got my first lot out. Now let me move my stop.
Oh, S&P looks fourth wave-ish.
Okay, I can't lose at this point. Oh yeah, I think we've been in fourth wave for a while. Let's see if I can survive any downward movement at this point.
My stop would be here.
My target's still at these immediate buy points. The second back immediate high, just above my 200 SMA mark. Come on. Ain't you decide which direction you want to go in? I'll be darned. Yeah, you're not going to take me out again, are you? Sure enough, did. Took me out again.
Wow, S&P is really struggling. Amazing.
Each time I advance by about 8 to 10 handles. Let's see, should I try again?
Tesla just gapped up.
The indices are really struggling.
It took me in again.
Sorry?
You know, I put a limit 2 to 3 handles below where it was, and it just took me in again. So,
And they swept all the lows here. It's such a struggle. It seems like the S&P is showing a totally different. Yeah, see, that's what I'm trying to say. S&P look like they want to take that low out, but the NAS is not doing the same thing. So we could have divergence based on that. NASDAQ is much stronger, so not expecting them to come down and take that low out, but it's possible still because they're really struggling. So I'm keeping my stop a bit tighter just in case they do decide they're going to come down. But very much of a struggle here.
Yeah, what I've been doing, as soon as it takes out my first lot like it did now, I just move my stop on my second lot up to where I'm at break even. So, you know, no matter what, I'm going to be making pips ahead. But boy, it's slow. I mean, I'm expecting one to go up and take out my top limit, which would give me some nice bucks anyway. But the only buck I'm getting is a kick in the behind. You're still in it, right?
Yes.
Good.
But it's not moving out of here with any gusto.
No, it's definitely not. And I just
Just,
got a,
just,
you know, a
just as,
contrary move right now as a potential. Let's see if we can reverse that contrary move.
Tesla's doing nicely.
this was at 275.39.
So they swept everybody out, and now they're taking off with that.
Oh, that's nice. Now all they need is the NASDAQ to do the same thing. Okay, it took out that, so it's saying that our direction hasn't changed yet. I just love to see two Heikin-Ashi bars on my 3 minute. That would be marvelous. We haven't even come close to that in the last 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21 bars.
We've got our first change of character here.
Yeah, I see that.
That's a good sign.
Very good sign.
The gap. So this gap can hold us up.
Okay, I got my second good Heikin-Ashi candle, but it's just got fouled out. Just got taken out again. Ah, Jesus.
Your stop's too tight.
Oh, I moved it to break even.
Mm.
So at least I'm, you know, adding a 10 to 12 handles each time.
S&P still looks underwater here.
No, I just added 9 handles, that's all. Okay, well, better than losing 9 handles, that's for sure. This has gone down too far right now. This is saying that we have the possibility of going lower at this point.
It's a struggle, that's for sure.
I can tell you this is not an algo at this point. Now we're switching our GAN to the down mode. So I'm glad it took me out. You're still alive?
Barely. No, not anymore. Wow. So this is just not leaving this area. Very close to leaving, but it says no. So this these lows are in jeopardy.
That low is definitely in
Yeah,
jeopardy.
because
Right
again, I'm seeing that one too, and then they're chopping it up and down in here. And
Yeah.
so it's not looking good for these lows.
No, it's
And S&P was telling us that from the get-go, and now S&P's taking out the lows. So yeah, I was hoping that it wouldn't happen, but yeah, hoping doesn't work in this game. It's, so I can see that they did the 1-2, and then they're chopping it up and down. So that was a likely scenario that we would take out the low here. So the NASDAQ was fighting the opposite way. See how they did that? They made the NASDAQ go this way, and the S&P go this way. So they're very, very sneaky. So we might get divergence here, and S&P might break the low, but NASDAQ won't. So that's probably what's going to happen here. Let me go to both of them.
I just took a trade going down now on the NAS.
Okay, so there's NAS and S&P on the 1 minute. So we might get divergence at this point here.
Wow, yeah.
Might get some kind of divergence. But I would think that NAS should take out this low at least. So S&P didn't take that low, interestingly enough. I think they just tied it. 753.1. Yep, it's a tie. So are they going to go down and take it?
I don't know. It's struggling doing this now. We're not getting any really gusto moves at this point.
No. Nope.
You know what? VIX is down to 17.9 at this point.
Okay, there's S&P going to take out the low here. NASDAQ will take out the middle guy, but probably not take out the low. So it did not take that low.
Not taking it.
S&P still didn't take the low.
You're not going to reverse this on me, are you? Just trying to reverse this thing again.
Yeah, they didn't take the low though. I'm surprised that they didn't take that low here on the S&P. So why did they not take that low? Or are they still going to go get it yet one more time? So at this point, I've got 2, 3, 4, and 5, but we didn't take this low. And S&P 1, 2, 3, 4, but no breach of the on the 5th. So divergence right at this point. So is that it?
We have divergence. I'm not liking this trade at all.
We've got divergence right here, like that. So is that it? Or is it just a fake and we come down one more time to take both of those lows? And we come down one more time to take these lows. And so it's a little touchy right here. If S&P gets above this high, then we have a new possibility to the upside here without them coming to take out the lows. So they just came and tied it, interestingly. So you see the difference in the S&P, how the fourth wave is this way.
Yeah.
And then the NAS is this way. So they're very sneaky, very tricky.
Very.
But it looked to me that's what we were in. We're in a fourth wave here, and they're gonna come down and take both.
That's what I thought was going
lows.
to happen.
However, they're not doing it. So my stop might have been okay down here, but again, a bit too far away. I'd rather take a small loss and try again than big, huge loss. So let's see. I've got a breach here. I've got no gaps in here. Nothing to hold me up, just the order block. A tough call right now, really is, because they could come down one more time here, no problem. They could just do that. So it's a little iffy. Bitcoin's set up nicely right now. Oh, look at that big move they just made. Oh my word.
It took me out.
Wow, look at that. So yeah, they're playing games, eh?
Oh, this is game playing at its finest.
So they didn't take out the lows. Now they just leave town without anybody in it at all. So that's their modus operandi. Very, very, very smart on their part. And I couldn't stay alive unless I put my stop way down here. Yeah, they're good. So now the algo kicks in.
Well,
there, so we do have a break of structure. Let's see if we can. This could prove very difficult to get in now. Yeah, they're very good. You know, they're very good. They're very smart. So they went and took everybody out. They didn't come back down and take out this low in the middle. I was just saying to you guys, Bitcoin's got a beautiful setup for Go, and it's gone as well. They just took off. I was just about to look to get in, and within a blink of an eye, they took off. So it's a similar thing. So Bitcoin was sitting right in that area here, and I thought, okay, they swept. They gave me a 1-2, a little retrace. This is a go, but it's too fast. I couldn't get in. So that's a nice move there on Bitcoin. That was missed, but it's all good as long as you can see what they're doing, get an idea of what they're doing, and so Yeah, so it still could get a retrace on Bitcoin. That's possible. We've got a breach of the high here. So we've got a gap forming. There are inverted gaps on this side. So we could come back, something like that, and then go. So it's a possibility they might come back one more time down here. Possibility. We do have a big gap here now. So maybe midpoint of the gap is still a possibility. Let's see what NAS is doing. So NAS is doing similar. We're pulling back. There's an inverted gap over here. I'm using that one as a potential entry area here. And maybe they might pull back into this one.
Oh, I know what happened. Trump opened his mouth at 2:30.
Trump said something. He must have said something good.
I'm trying to find out what he said at this point.
It looks like he said something good. Because the market likes it. So it was a 10.
US President Trump is pouring. Trump money is pouring in. We want to keep it that way. Hyundai to build steel plant in Louisiana.
Well, so they gave me a little pullback, but not deep enough to come back into this one. But might have missed an opportunity to get in on the NAS there. Yeah, that was a very, very wicked move that they did here. They're very, very sneaky. So Tesla Tesla hasn't picked up on that news as yet, so they're still struggling.
See,
S&P took off right out of there.
I waited too long to look for the news item, and now I missed my up move. Were you able to get in, Lennox?
No, I got in on Bitcoin on the retrace. I kind of juggle both of them.
Good for you. Because
I'm playing in 3 accounts.
I could have looked for the news at that point in time because I could have gotten in and made up a lot of stuff.
So using this inverted gap from here from the macro time at 10:2, there's an inverted gap. And they've come back in and used that as support and taken off that. So very sneaky on S&P. They just came and tied the low. They did not break through. Interestingly, you would think that they would break through it, but they did not. And then you give us a quick 1-2, and then a quick little zigzag and gone. And they give you another chance to get in at that point here, without coming back into the gap down here, and that's it. All bets are off now. They're on their way. So.
And now this should be an algo at this point.
Well, we could still see a retrace here because we have 5 waves up now, so we could still see a retrace. But I don't know how far down they're going to come though in that retrace. It's possible they might come back and take out this low, but that might be a stretch. We do have a gap here now. Let me concentrate on the NAS here. So see on the NAS we have a gap here, and we went into it already.
They went right into that gap.
Yeah. So can we come down? Yeah.
Oh, look at this.
Yeah. So they came off. So I was saying that they could do that on this S&P, that they could come and take that low. Yeah, and they did. Wow, they're very sneaky. So yeah, you have to be super careful because this is how they play. No joke. So something is going on out there news-wise, causing all this kerfuffle. Obviously. Interesting, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. So all these guys with their stops on the here are just toast. That's wickedness.
Look at the big wick on the Tesla.
Similar? Yeah, they just took everybody right out. Anyone who's sitting down here got taken out right back into the first original gap. Wow. Amazing. Yeah, so there's no safe. There's no safe. Very volatile. Very good. So they played this game. This is what they did on Friday. You know, remember on Friday? I was looking for that drop down
Friday
to take out these lows, and we didn't get it. This is exactly what they did, and then they took off. So, you know, you expect them to drop it down and take out the low, and they do not. So now we have the same scenario on the 4-hour time frame. So we're in this move on the 4-hour time frame. Do we actually come back to take out the lows, or do we not? Right?
Yeah.
Interesting. So it's possible that they don't give us the fifth wave on the 4-hour as well, right? So that's a very nasty wick tail there that they just threw on everybody. But it's still holding in this gap up here. Interesting.
Yeah, but you have to question why somebody took that other tail that sunk it down 15 handles, and actually it's more than 15 handles.
In a second, taking these guys out in here. It's amazing that they'd come all the way back down into this gap.
Yeah, so at this point they should be done with anybody that was down there.
So that's what I was saying, that because we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we could get a pullback that could take out this low. But I thought maybe that they wouldn't do that, you know, because of the strength of the move. But there they go, and they took it out. So
That's what we think, but they have other thoughts in mind.
you know, that's what I would expect, that we would pull back. My expectation is that we would pull back, yes, to take out these lows, but I didn't think that they would, based on the strength of the move, that we would get a shallow retrace and would continue. But they did it. So it's tempting to jump in at this point because it looks like they want to go now.
It looks like I'm trying to get in, but darn it, they're playing games.
Big time. Games are going on here. So we've got a gap here on the S&P as well. So we're hanging in there. See, this tail has messed everything up now.
That's why I don't like stops, because, you know, they can do this to you.
Oh, yeah, they just take everybody out.
You know, and then you're gone.
Yeah.
The 5-minute Tesla looks like it's got a 1, 2, 3 bottom.
You think they're not grinning after they know that there's a lot of stops under here, so they just one swoop.
They know that we're playing.
So, you know, a good buy in here to go. So that might have been it. Looking like they want to leave now. Tesla.
Look at that wick, down through both gaps.
Yeah, down to touch this one. Amazing. Yeah, it's tough. It's a very volatile time here. But if slowly the trajectory to that high is on course. This is where I figured they would be heading. But they certainly have taken their time doing that. Yeah, it's very choppy, eh? So it's very difficult playing here.
Oh, it's extremely difficult. I can't even find my next stop. Okay, it's going to take some time to look for it.
We could get another pull back into this gap. That would present another buying opportunity. So we've got this big move now, and then we could get a pullback into the gap, maybe midpoint of the gap area. And that might be the last chance you get to get in, if at all. He looks like they're ready to go here. So I'm still really surprised that they came all the way down to this low without going through it. So why would they not take that low? It's quite interesting.
Big question is, where do I put my limit at up top? Two, three, one. Yeah. Okay, I have to call it from here.
Will they come back into this gap one more time? So now we have a regular gap here.
For 1 hour.
A tiny one though. So that might act as support. Will they pull back one more time or not?
Trying to figure out where my target should be.
So so Marquis, you see on the 15 that, yeah, they're just chopping it, but the trend is still to the upside. So they're trying to shake everybody out and take off with as much of the orders as they can without giving anybody a chance to get in. So that's why we're getting wicked to death in here. So the temptation is to induce the sellers. But lots of stops piling in this area, and they induce them to go short, especially on the S&P. You see how they did it on the S&P. It's quite wicked. They make it look like they're going to go. So a lot of people are piling in here to go short. You don't want to do that.
I was mostly bullish, but whenever I see a 1, 2, 3 on any time frame, I kind of want to take a look at it just to see if it has like the momentum, just to kind of give us the heads up that we're going in the opposite direction or what have you.
Yes. Well, Bitcoin's saving all my trades here, so I've made some nice profit on Bitcoin. So I want to take a partial on this guy. Take some off right there. So Bitcoin's got all my losses back in one go here. So that's really good. Yeah, these guys are very good, very sneaky, very tricky. You have to be vigilant, to stay alive in these trades. And sometimes it's very difficult. They ruined my nice record there from last night. I was doing so well without any losses there for a long time. But it's very difficult to go without losing, Very, very difficult. So I've got a gap here on Bitcoin, another gap here on Bitcoin, possibly here, shaping up. So looking good. put my stop into positive and no loss here on Bitcoin whatsoever. Keep it right at midpoint of the lower gap, just in case they decide to wick it down again. And they can do that. They can wick it down, and we saw them do it, so we know they can do it. So hopefully there's no more wicking down and we just continue going up. NAS, yeah, NAS is, see this little gap right now is holding price to the upside, so we might not come through it. Much as I'd like to see them come through it down to this gap one more time, we might not do that. So we're into another macro at 10 minutes to the hour. And so 10 minutes to the hour started right here. And looking for them to continue pushing up here. So I'm still down a little bit for the day, but I can make that back with Bitcoin here. Actually, now I'm break even now. Very messy, very messy. Heading to this high on the S&P. Heading for that high on the NAS. So we're very close to those targets now. I just couldn't stay alive in here, unfortunately, to catch the ride.
I'm about 20 handles, at least from my target on the NAS.
Well, we just got taken out of my Bitcoin for a profit, but yeah, they came back quite a bit on Bitcoin, just like they're pulling back here. So I have to try to get back in again because I still think we're going higher. So go back in again. So you see how they're not going through this gap at all. They're just hanging in above that gap, just wicking into it, and that's it. So very solid little gap there. Interesting. It's just chopping up and down here right at the last hour. So we're into this macro right now. We're just sideways completely. S&P, same. Tesla. Tesla's gone awry. Tesla is too dangerous to play right now. This is what you call kangaroos jumping up on kangaroos on speed right now, Peter. Tesla, crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. Amazing. Interesting. So it looks like Tesla might be heading down a little further, perhaps. Perhaps. We've got a 1-2 here. So we could drop one more time. They did sweep this low, however, so that could be it, and we get a 1-2 here and go. They can do that quite quickly. Boom, 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 and then we get that move back up.
I'm sorry, what'd you say about Tesla?
Tesla's like kangaroo on speed. So you have to be careful, but they did do a quick 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. They did sweep that low, so this could be a legitimate 1-2 that we get to come back out of there. We've got the sweep on both ends. So this might be the turnaround. NAS is leaving. So NAS did not break through this gap at all with a close below. It just kept using that as support, and then we're going S&P. Same thing. They just kept going out of here. So that's it. But we're so close to the high over here on the NAS. At this point, you know, is it worthwhile to get in it? Maybe not. So I'll look for Bitcoin to save my bacon here. Yeah, so Tesla's come back down. So equal lows. Wow, look at how quickly they come down. Eh? So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or this is 3, 4, and then we drop through one more time, take that low up. So one or the other here. We take these lows. I'm going to take that high. Yeah, taking the high first. Okay, so this looks like the low then, because this makes a 1-2 here, and we could get another 1-2, and then we could go here. So another pullback maybe.
We have a double bottom there.
Yeah. So it is a sweep, and then we get a 1-2 because this is lower, and now we get another 1-2, and now they're leaving. So they're very quick, very smart here. You know, you'd have to be super agile to jump in on that trade right there to catch that move. But this was a good buying opportunity right there. Just like that. So quick. But that's a nice move. And they're heading to take out the highs.
Come on, give me another jump.
Yeah. Thank you.
A little gap here. An inverted gap here. Oops. Another buy opportunity for Tesla if you wanted.
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
Another buy opportunity for Tesla on that pullback there, but that might be it.
How high do you see Tesla going, Lennox?
To the previous highs here, 275. Is there anything higher? No, that's it. 275.71, 275.93. Let's say 276. Of course, they're going to go higher than that, but that will be the low-hanging fruit right now. So it looks like they're going to push through that high there. That's
Because there's higher highs on the 15-minute chart.
Don't see anything over there to the left. Yeah, you could look at that high over there at 279, but that will be I don't know if they'll do that today. Possibly. Well, we're coming into the 12:15 macro time. The macro at 10:2 is over now, and then there's a macro that kicks in at 15 minutes after. So Bitcoin is really giving me nice profits. Sorry, George?
Going the wrong way now.
What is?
NAS.
And Tesla's giving you another buy opportunity. But Bitcoin's doing well for me right now, so it's great. Bitcoin's got a beautiful 1, 2, 3 bottom right now. So Tesla's setting up nicely there for a buy. Bitcoin's got a beauty 1, 2, 3 there, so take advantage of that move to the upside there. So this was big. They took me out. I'd moved my stop up. They took me out. That's fine. I was in positive because it is unexpected that they could take that low out. So that's why I did that. So they did take it out, come back into this gap, and they don't go through it. Very cool. So they go back up, make a 1, 2, 3. So it's a buy opportunity when they touch this gap. So take advantage of it. So looking to go equal highs here or even higher if there's something else higher. There isn't any. Oh, there's a high over there. So I could put my TP for that high, I guess, or thereabouts, something like that. I'm not saying they're going to make it that today, but I can always keep moving my stop up. Move my stop into positive here again. 1700. So don't want to bring it too tight still. It's always tricky because they can easily come back down to this order block. They can come back to the order block and even go through and take me out and continue. So you don't want to bring your stop up too much, but you got nice profits. You don't want to leave them on the table either. So if they come above this high, then I could take some more off, and that wouldn't be so bad then. Let's see if we can break that high. Oops. So Tesla has got me all my profits back, which is great. NASDAQ made it to target, it looks like. Yep, and plus, and then there's another target above the hourly. Yep. Excuse me. So yeah, this target here is in play on the NAS. That gap also. There's a gap over there. I'm on the hourly. Let's see on the 4 hour. Maybe we'll see it better. So on the 4 hour, this gap on the 4 hour and that target, that's where they're likely to turn things around. Like I'm saying, I think that we're going to push up into that gap, and then we could see a fall back down to take out all these lows. Of course, it's not going to be a straight line. Right? It's, we'll get something that looks like this. So they're doing that fourth wave dance. See how S&P looks. S&P is almost identical. Tesla is not the same, but similar in the sense that they're down here at the same kind of thing, doing that same push up. So we could expect a retrace as well. So another push for the NAS. S&P, Tesla, having difficulties getting out, eh? So this is no longer in effect. So there's a gap here now. It's a little bigger. Gap forming. Yeah, got a gap. Might be a breakaway. They could just take off here. Inverted gaps everywhere now. I'll take this one off. Inverted gap here. So we could come back into this gap before we bounce. And as expected, Bitcoin is coming back down and it could take me out. But I'm in positive, so it's all good. So Bitcoin has dropped back into second gap. So the first gap didn't hold. They're into the second gap. So I'm below midpoint of the gap, so I'm hoping that they do not come down and take me out, but it's possible that they could. We did touch that high. This would be a more, I could buy more at this point to continue. But you gotta love Bitcoin. When all else fails, Bitcoin comes out in the crunch. Look at this from the hourly standpoint. We're still very strong. You can see that we're still very strong. We're still pushing to those highs. So I think the macro at 10 minutes too is going to continue pushing us up to the highs. Everything is pointing to that that move to continue pushing higher.
Tesla's moving up nicely.
Yeah, see how we've just been in this huge fourth wave, eh? Just snaking along, and still haven't really broken out yet.
We have on the 1 minute chart.
You can see on the 5 we're still struggling trying to get out, but on the 1 minute, yes, we gotta get above that high there to really. But we've got a nice 1, 2, 3 here now, and then we get another 1, 2, 3 here. That would have a nice buy opportunity there, and we're breaking the highs here. So another pullback, more push, looking good here. So we do have a gap there. So we could come back and touch that gap again. There's also an inverted gap, so it is possible to come a little lower than that first gap. Possible. The inverted gaps are very powerful, so you have to always watch for them because price can come back and touch that and then take off. We're coming back down. So we're going to touch that inverted gap. Maybe not. Now for anyone who bought right here, they might take them, possibly, before they go. These guys could be in jeopardy. And they came back and touched that inverted gap. So you see that they did do that. They did take these guys out. So it's just ruthless play. And Bitcoin took me out for, Bitcoin came down as well. So it's all good, positive, but not good that I got taken out actually, but yeah, sometimes these pullbacks are just, so I'll jump back in again because I'm still expecting them to go up. So is that it for NAS maybe at this point? So you see they even went back and took the low out of on this one. They took these guys as well. And now they leave, and they're leaving quick.
I don't know what it's trying to do on the NAS.
Let's see the NAS here. Yeah, the NAS is just sliding sideways now. So we've got a gap here. So we haven't touched it yet.
Trying to move higher, but
it can come back down into this gap first before they go. That kind of gives us that. Yeah, it's a little choppy here, eh? Yeah, no play on the NAS right now. It's just messy. And Tesla is tough as well. Very tough going here. But this would have been your entry in midpoint of the gap. That point there. There'll be good entries there. You've got an order block as well. So that's all. See, they've come back again. Wow, it's amazing. They're giving everybody a chance to get in here. It's amazing. Very surprising. So they shouldn't take this low again because they've just swept it. So now we've got a 1-2. So we should just go now.
Where do you see the 1-2?
This low, this high.
Oh yeah, I see it now. Yeah.
We need to break that high to give us another 1-2 to go. Tesla's pulled back quite a bit.
they all have too much.
Okay, so Tesla's trying now to get out. So they have broken that high. That's what we wanted to see. Wow, broken those highs. There they go. So that was would have been a nice entry in there to go, right? And these guys, you tell me these guys aren't good, eh? Yeah, that's how they play. So they're very sneaky, very good, but it's all perfect because they're doing exactly what you would expect them to do in here, and they did it. And Look at how this little gap here held price. Only the wicks came, the tails came below, and now you get this big move out of there. Beautiful. Beautiful. So NAS should be doing something. Nope, NAS hasn't moved yet. NAS is coming back.
Yet.
Yeah, it's come back into that gap, like I said. So now you would, that's a buy opportunity to get out of there. S&P is the opposite. You see how they're playing games here? See how S&P is this way, and the NAS is the opposite way, and NAS is this way. So it's quite interesting what they're doing today. They're not making it easy for everybody.
But when have they made it easy?
You know, they don't make it easy, right? This is not part of the game. They make it difficult for everybody.
Vocabulary.
But Tesla is saying, yeah, this was the setup. So you can see it beautifully. They came down and made a 1-2 here, then they made a bigger 1-2, and then they made this another 1-2, and now they're gone. Yeah, very good. So opportunity here, opportunity here, opportunity in here. Yeah.
They're going the wrong way on this thing.
So NAS should be setting up to go, but now they swept the lows again.
Way.
Well, they swept those lows again, but you can see that they were going to do that because there's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave there. So they sweep the low. So that should be the bottom now, and now we should go. I would suspect at this point, unless they're going to be mean and nasty and sweep this one more time, which it shouldn't be really. We should take out that high now and go. Right into the order block. There shouldn't be any place for them to go below here. So they are looking to take that. Ooh, I think they took that low again. Wow. Is that 191.6, 191.4? They did take it one more time. That's so mean. You just have to chuckle sometimes. It's just amazing.
Now they're starting to push.
I think you've seen it all. Tesla still going? Yep, Tesla's gone. So I'm surprised the NAS isn't following
Yeah, that's
here at this
sure.
point. That's very interesting. S&P is trying more so than the NAS is. Bitcoin's taking a little bit of a tumble. So I'm looking for them to push back up again. That's a very nice move on Tesla. And now you see they've reached their 276, like I was saying, 276 area. So that was on the 1 hour or 4 hour. There's 280 there for that high, that 2 swing high. So 280, 279. But this high is in play.
Which high?
279, 79 area. That's that high right there, which is at 279.55. Yeah. So that's looks like a likely target. Again, don't know if they're going to make it today or not, but we do have quite the 1, 2, 3 bottom here that could take us up there. And that's still struggling. Interesting. So it's just an accumulation zone here right now. So at the macro coming up, I would expect them to push up to take out the highs. Lots of accumulation going on here and manipulation at the same time. But this gap is still in play down here. Interesting. This gap is still in play. They haven't violated it. Maybe by a tad, but let's see S&P still looking okay. Got a gap here. And we're right in it. Another gap below. They could swing down and come down into this gap too. That would be mean, taking everybody out. I'm trying to get out of there. So Bitcoin has violated this gap now. So they've come back and touched that little gap over there. That's amazing. They just came in and touched it and now looking to bounce off of it. Very interesting. I wouldn't think that this one would be in play. I'll bring it over, but just that little gap right there. Tesla's got a very broad gap. Very wide gap there. And yet another one up here that's holding as well. They're looking pretty good right now.
Looks like we have a 1, 2, 3 there on the 1 minute chart.
Looking to continue up. So Tesla has just gone the opposite way all of a sudden. And it's dropped down quite a bit and taking me out for a loss there. Let's stop. They've dropped down quite a bit, Bitcoin. Have to find another way in. Again, we're in a messy area. They're chopping it up and down, but we're coming into the last 20 minutes here, so can't expect choppiness. So Bitcoin has come quite a ways down, incredibly. I was thinking that maybe they wouldn't take this low out, but they did. So I can see that it was likely because we had that move, and so it was possible for them to take it out. They did. Then they go for the low over here, so they've taken these guys out. So now they're going even further. So this is the last line of defense here. If we go through that, then not looking good for Bitcoin. There's nothing else to really hold them up after that. After this gap, there's another little gap here in an order block. So hopefully that's far enough, these equal lows that's been taken, and we'll turn around at this point and go back. So very choppy though. But a little disconcerting because there is a very large 1, 2, 3 here now, another one here. So it is possible for them to continue going down. See how it looks on the 5. So on the 5, you can see it was a totally different type of structure that we're in. We're in this huge move, so it certainly could come down and take everybody out. Equal lows. So it might be mute that they're going to come back. It might just be a retrace if they do, and then we'll still continue down. So it's looking pretty good there for a while that we were going to go up and take out this high, but they said no. So they gave us 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And that's it. That's as far as they're going to go. We're turning around, going down. So sometimes you think that, you've got it down and it looks like they're going to do what you think and take out that high like I thought, but nope. That's as far as they're going to go. They sweep everybody out and they're dropping it down hard. So it looks likely now that they're heading to take out these lows, equal lows at this point. So does that mean that the NAS and S&P and Tesla are done? That's a possibility, right?
Yes, sir.
So yeah, so these guys might be just following suit here. Let's see, NAS. Still trying. NAS is still trying to go up and take out that high. So that might be as much as far as they go, and then we could come back down. So maybe the macro today might just do that. Might just go up, take out the high, and then we'll turn right around at that point. So that's kind of what it looks like. S&P has already taken that high almost. So yeah, it looks like that's what the ploy is. They'll take out that high and then turn things around and drop it back down. Tesla, very close to a high. How far are we? Not very far away from that 279 area, but that might be the last hurrah here, and then we'll be coming back down. So can the NAS make it up there? Yeah, 6 minutes before macro time. So that's what I would expect here today for the macro. Go through, and then we're on our way back down to take out all these guys. Let's see if they do have enough to get up there. Looks like they do have enough. We got a 1-2 and should have enough to get us to the highs before in 5 minutes. Yeah, we should be able to do that in 5 minutes, right?
That'd be nice.
Oh. So all those on YouTube, this is all for educational purposes. We're not telling anybody to take any trades. We do this all for fun. Do give us a like if you like what you're seeing, and subscribe to our channel.
We 1, 2, 3 bottom on the 1 minute Tesla.
So Tesla's last hurrah. So they've taken out the high. So need to go one more time, take out these equal highs. Might be it.
I just want 277.
Ooh. Possible. Do a quick spike.
Another 50 cents.
50 cents. Looks like they're gonna head up there. They're trying.
That's a legitimate.
NAS is going to make it up to the top, so they might just spike it up at the 10-minute mark, 10-2 mark. So 10-4 is macro time. So we could see a spike just to go through, and then we could see a turnaround to come back down.
$70, another 30 cents.
I hope it makes it for you.
Just one more push. That's a legitimate 1, 2, 3 bottom.
There you go. 2 more minutes. So NAS is making it. So Tesla should.
$73, $71.
75, you're 25 cents away.
25 cents and I'm done.
Looks
20
like you might make
cents.
it. Yeah, you got it.
94.
Wow.
91.
Yeah, you got it now.
There we go.
277.
I am out.
Excellent.
You're out of what?
And
Thank you, Lord.
NASDAQ, you're out?
That's
Got
Peter
my
playing Tesla.
277.
So NAS didn't take out the high. Interesting. So we've got 1 more minute left, and we have macro time. So they didn't take out the high. We've got 1, 2,
There's
another 1, 2, 3, 4. So we could go one more time, take out the high, and then swoon to the downside here, possibly here. At 30 seconds to go. What's it going to do here at the end? Lots of liquidity down here. So will they sweep these guys first, or are they just going to drop it straight? 10 minutes too.
I have to go, Lennox. I'm done with my trading for
Done?
today.
Had it?
Take care now.
277. 277, the magic number.
All right.
We'll see you tomorrow.
All right. Take care, Peter.
Take care
Yeah,
now.
good teaching,
Good
guys.
trading. It's a tough day today, that's for sure.
Yeah, that was a grind. That was
Good
a
night,
grind.
Peter. Bye-bye.
A grind up to 277.
Yeah, that's how it is sometimes. But we were correct that they're pushing up there, so that's good. So they're not doing much here on the macro. Not doing much here at all.
Nope, they're not.
Interesting. So they might be holding it till they close. We could see Tesla push up a little further, maybe.
You still in NAS?
No, I'm not in the NAS. There's nothing, no play here, really.
Yeah, that's for sure. I'm just looking for it to top it out.
Yeah, I thought they would have done it quickly, but they're not doing that. So
Yeah, I know.
not much movement at all. Interesting. So I made it a little higher, 277.15. 277.65. Yeah, so now they're just dropping it, eh? So finally they're starting to drop it, but they didn't take out the high, which we would have expected. You do have a 1, 2, 3 top, but not the cleanest, nicest looking. Yeah, I thought maybe we'd go up one more time, and then that would have given me a sweep, and then I'd be looking for my 1, 2, 3 top to come down. But
Yeah.
they certainly did not do that at all. I'm selling Bitcoin right now, seeing if I can get a drop on Bitcoin. Bitcoin is doing what I'm expecting it to do. So, right, so now they're starting to push back up. So it's just a little ploy to take people out and then take out the high.
Okay, they took me out.
And that,
Finally.
there we go. So
One
now
big-
they take the high. Okay, so is that enough now, or are they going to continue? Wow. There we go. So they took it out quite strongly here.
Well, you weren't in it, you said, right?
No. S&P they took out as well. Tesla went up higher to almost 279, is what I was expecting, right? And we're not very far away from there, 279. We got to 278.50. So very close to that expected.
Well, I got 60 handles out of it.
Okay, so now they've gone up and taken out this high. I would expect them to come down. So we've got our structure is complete now. We've got a nice structure here. So it took them a while, but they did it. So now I would be, I could look to sell them to come down, but I'm in Bitcoin, so I'll stay with Bitcoin. And there's still not a very good opportunity for entry here on NAS.
You know what's interesting, Lennox, is that when I look at the volume profile, it's made a new skewed high peak. It's so far away from the point of control. Point of the numbers won't mean much situation, but it's well. Let me see. Do it this way. The point of control is roughly 500 handles away from the top.
That's quite a ways.
Yeah, it's quite a ways, is right.
So they're really pushing Tesla up at the end here. So they're looking like they want to go to that 279.
Well, it looks like I
might be
made a
in the
good
cards
move
here.
by pulling my limit down a hair.
279.50 maybe.
At least I made it on the positive side. So all was not lost.
That's good.
But it wasn't what I would call a snappy day at all.
No, very tough going in here.
Oh, it was all day long.
But it is a mundane.
Yeah,
So,
Monday can be a rough day.
yeah, Monday can be tough. What do we have for news tomorrow?
Oh yeah, I forgot to look at the news for tomorrow.
So tomorrow we have no red news. We got new home sales and consumer confidence, but it's not really red news.
Well, new home sales should be okay, and Richmond manufacturing should be that should be starting up now.
Yeah, these are orange news, but not red news. Lots of news though coming out tomorrow.
Well, at this point, it depends upon where the news has been at. But boy, when Trump opens his mouth, look out.
Thursday we have some red news. That's the GDP and unemployment
Yeah,
and pending home sales on Thursday. But Wednesday and Tuesday, not very much red news at all, not if any at all, but lots of news tomorrow. Lots
I
of
have to
news.
start looking more closely when Trump is going to open his mouth.
So we did push up a little higher on the NAS. Very much of a struggle. They did take out the high, coming back. Now we've got a nice 1, 2, 3, and looking to sweep this low. Maybe get another retrace in and further drop here is what I'll be looking for.
It's going to do it without me today.
There we. Oh, they didn't even. The pullback is so quick here. Just a quick blip and then off they go. So that's what they were doing. They're waiting for 1 o'clock, 4 o'clock, before they did this drop.
There it is.
That's there we go. Wow. Yeah.
NASDAQ, they're just
So it did what I was expecting them to do, but a little difficult to get in. I would say at this, maybe here. It's a tough one today. So yeah, that was the train of thought or the analysis. So we get this move back, take out the highs. Didn't think they'd go up that high, in that, mind you.
the NASDAQ was up 2% over yesterday.
We should
S&P
continue
is
now.
up 1.75 and Dow is up 1.4. So very positive day today. We just close POS down so I don't make any more any bad moves. Get up positive and leave it that way.
Another drop to come.
What do you? Oh, you're playing the NAS now.
Tesla's closed. S&P, NAS to drop more. No, I'm just in Bitcoin.
Oh, okay.
Bitcoin's made me money today, so stick with the one that's making me money. Tough going in NAS today.
I can vouch for that.
It looks like they're going to continue down. So we can see clearly now that they made a nice 1, 2, 3 here. So that would have been a sell. And then now we could chop up and down a little bit here before we continue down, or they can just go straight down. But yeah, should continue down further. Bitcoin's doing me nicely here, so I'm going to take some profits off of my Bitcoin while I can. Let's see how it looks on the 5. So they're just taking these guys out next, and further drops. So this could be the start of our decline. We could come all the way down. They'll take these lows, and then we'll get a retrace, and then a big, huge continuation to the downside. So I think this might be at the top. So as I was saying in the beginning, if I go back to the 4-hour time frame, we were looking to come up into this gap, and you see they just came within a whisker of touching. and that's probably enough for them. They don't have to go in here. They don't have to take out the highs. And now we could see a big, huge move where they take this low, come back up, and continue down. That's a likely scenario there. So not looking good for the markets going into the rest of the week. We'll see how it plays out tonight, but yeah, not liking the looks of it right now.
Well, I mean, today was an exceptionally good day. I mean, people are going to be positive about it.
Oh yeah, I mean, look at the move from the open. This, it's been from yesterday. It's been very strong, and it carried on into today. So where did we open this morning? Here at 9. Yeah, right in here. It was strong, but you can see it did become a little tepid in the afternoon here. So we were just struggling through a fourth wave, and again, just talking with Marquis here, they make it look like they want to come down at this point, but everything is pointing to one more move to take out those highs. So you have to be really careful when you see 1, 2, 3 tops. They can fool you, especially in a big, strong move to the upside like this. So I've seen the overall structure, and that was the key, to look at the overall structure. So they really played us in here, though. So it was very difficult to make headways in this stuff. And the way they played S&P, similar, but then they mess you up in certain areas of it. And so they're very sneaky. You can hear, we would have expected them to take this low, and they did not. And then they just took off. So now we expect them to come down. So we're into the macro at 10 minutes to 10 minutes after.
Yeah, today I watched big moves up and down in my trades. I must have a pretty poor percentage today. 62%. All those negative trades, that's not too bad.
Well, Bitcoin has turned back to the upside all of a sudden, interestingly. So I had to be careful here. So they're playing around in here now. You see how at this late stage we've got the 1, 2 we drop, and now they're just gonna chop it up and down in here before they induce people to go long and then come back down one more time. So that's a likely scenario in here that we do something like that. Armin, you with us? I sent you an email there.
I'm just going to turn my mic on. Hi.
Hi there. I sent you an email. I was trying to send it right through to your Skype, but it just will not go through for whatever reason. It's so annoying.
I'll look at it later.
No problem. I'm going to give it another try in Skype. Don't know why it doesn't go.
Lennox, what does the BTC mean, live BTC?
Live BTC. Where does it say that?
In in the live YouTube stuff. Is live BTC?
I believe that represents Bitcoin, George.
Oh, that's Bitcoin.
Huh?
Bitcoin.
Oh,
Live Bitcoin.
okay.
BTC is Bitcoin. Yeah, just will not send in to Skype. I think Skype, they're really messing Skype up now for everybody because their last days of Skype are near. That might be what's going on. All right, it's 10 minutes after the hour, so we'll call it a day because I think that's about it for the
Good idea.
markets today. So yeah, quite interesting.
It was a very interesting day, to tell you the truth. I mean,
Yeah.
So what do you see
again,
for the
expecting
at least we
expecting further
survived
drops.
it.
what do you see for the rest of the week here? You see it retracing then?
Yeah, as I was saying, on the if I go to the 4-hour time frame for the NAS, I'm expecting a big drop. This is definitely a fourth wave, so we're more than likely going to come back down, take everybody out here.
Okay.
That's what I would expect. So that would be the same for
That's kind of
S&P.
a funky one, A, B, C, D. Well, we're sort of at the E wave point right now on NAS.
Yeah, same thing with S&P. You know, this was a sweep here, and they came up, but they're chopping it up and down. So I would expect a drop back down again to take out all these guys here on S&P. And with Tesla, similar type of thing. We've come back into this area here, but we certainly could. They could certainly push it up a little higher. But I would be expecting further drops.
Yeah, when you overlay the 1 minute chart with the 4-hour chart, you can see how there's, what you might call divergence, like the 1 minute pushed right through the 4-hour or the daily chart even. You can see it. It's just a very interesting anomaly, right? So
yeah, I think this is a big inducement to entice everybody to go long, but they're going to drop it down in a hurry, more than likely. But again, I could be wrong, right? So, but it does look that way.
I was wondering, I don't have the experience to know what was going to happen when that momentum of the 1 minute hit that 4-hour, and it more than went through, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, are you talking about Tesla or?
Yeah, well, Tesla, and I guess it would be like the NAS too, just.
Yeah, so Tesla came right up to it and touched. So, that could be it, like I say, but they could go a little higher as well. So, there's a little room for a bit higher, possibly, but it's going to be touch and go. I think it's going to be more of a collapse of it. So what's the catalyst? I don't know. That's the only thing. I don't know if it's one of these red news items that's going to cause it, or Trump going to say something, or something is going to happen of some kind, but it doesn't look very nice going forward here, though.
Well, it looks like a pretty good ultimate manipulation.
could be just manipulate. Yeah, like I say, it does still look a little strong here. It could still spike up a little bit first, but see on the post it says they've hit 279, so that was where I wanted them to be today. They did hit 279 in the post, so they did pop up right away. So after close on Tesla.
Well, over the weekend, you can't even get in. Tesla popped up this morning, right?
Yeah.
It was up. I'd have to look at my notes to be sure here. What was it up? It was up 4% at 4 a.m. So there's no getting in at 4 a.m. right? No. And then by the time 6:37, what's this? Yeah.
You had a little bit of a chance to get in at the open.
At 10 a.m., it was already 18:09. Like, I went back to bed and I slept till 7, woke up, came in to see that, it just kept on going. And I thought, well, that's interesting. It might stop there, but it just kept on going all day long.
Yeah, I mean, again, there might be a little bit more upside still possible, but it might be short-lived though. So just be careful on going long. That's all. All right. So.
Okay. Thank you.
Have a great rest of the day, everybody, and we'll talk to you guys tomorrow.
All right, gentlemen. Thank you. Catch you guys tomorrow.
Thanks, Marquis. Appreciate it. Usual.
Good night.
Good night.
Thank you.
Casey, thank you. All right. Take care, guys.